My name is Les Bicknell. I am currently in my 15th year of employment with USA Truck in the IT department. My main responsibilities include the implementation and support of all technical systems. This includes, but is not limited to, our transportation management system, which is TMW, and our EDI applications. Today, I'm specifically going to discuss our migration to the EXTOL Business Integrator, or EBI solution. Originally, all of the major systems at USA Truck resided on an IBM mainframe and were developed in-house. Although this gave us complete control over the applications, meaning we could customize any application, including EDI, it was very resource intensive because my staff was responsible for any and all updates. We were spending a lot of time altering applications because of changes in standards or advances in technology, and less time fulfilling customer requests. In 2010, we changed our strategy as a company and decided to incorporate third-party applications to perform functions that were generic to the industry and use our development staff to only create things that could not be purchased and or are unique to USA Truck. Part of that decision was to convert from the proprietary mainframe dispatch system to TMW. And subsequently, because of the tight integration between the dispatch system and EDI, we began our search for a new business-to-business application as well. We were somewhat spoiled by having total flexibility of an in-house developed system, and we were very picky in selecting a replacement system because we didn't want to limit our capabilities from an EDI or business perspective. USA Truck is a full truckload carrier utilizing the normal transactions associated with this transportation sector, 204 load tenders, 990 acceptance rejections of the tenders, 214 status updates, and 210 electronic billings are very common in our realm of business. We also have an intermodal and brokerage division, so it was imperative that our replacement system be robust enough to handle any EDI transaction we could throw at it. USA Truck is also a fairly large organization. We have over 2,200 tractors providing status updates to a network of over 300 EDI trading partners. So obviously we needed a system that was scalable and able to support this type of volume. The ability to perform multi-threaded transactions was also a major functionality requirement. Some of the software we evaluated, including the one that was originally packaged with TMW, were single-threaded. We needed something more. We needed the ability to segregate our core customers so their processes would not be affected by any issues we were having with some of the smaller mom-and-pop operations. On the integration side, since we are a TMW customer, the integration to and from TMW is performed through the use of flat files. If you're familiar with TMW or data exchange, you know that data exchange is either cycling or looking for inbound 204 tenders to pick up and process, or the scheduler is extracting 214 update statuses and 210 electronic billing flat files for the EDI translator process. EBI easily handles these interactions with the use of file system monitors and endpoints that are modular and reusable. The ability to reuse those modules gives us an advantage in that we can share common objects across multiple customer setups. Very handy during implementation so that we have our endpoints in our test system pointed to our test databases, and the same for our production. So when it comes time to move these things up and implement them into production, there's just a lot less chance of making mistakes or having to make those changes. The same goes for the mapping. We try to create a generic base for each transaction and version that we can reuse for each customer, as opposed to creating a map for each and every customer from scratch. Initial setup can be accomplished in as little as 30 minutes for customers with the 5 major transactions that I previously mentioned. And our transaction time is very fast as well. We have complete control over how we connect to the customer and how often that happens. And but it's not uncommon to see tenders that are viewable in our EDI boards within the same minute they were created by the customer. And we're able to verify this by viewing the book date in the EDI transactions and compare against the order created timestamp in TMW. So we're very pleased with our speed and able to process the transactions. EBI can also be connected to other databases. This is very beneficial when information is required by the customer but may not be present in the flat files I previously mentioned. With the proper credentials, we use EBI to access and run SQL scripts or even called stored procedures we maintain internally. As far as visibility, we just upgraded version 2.1 of the dashboard, and we're able to see the status of system processes, view archive transactions, and also look at other KPIs we've configured in a really nice graphical interface. Some other functionality, the secure access, the ability to transmit via FTP is included with the EBI application, and recently they've added the ability to perform FTPS transactions, which is the FTP secure. In addition, we also purchased the EXTOL SX solution for customers who require AS2 protocol encryption. Before we made our decision, we looked at a lot of the other vendors. We looked at Sterling's Gentran, Boomi, Kleinsmith, and we also contacted a lot of our peers, Covenant, Burris, Dart, Averitt Express, and we questioned in on a lot of our decision factors, which included functionality, scalability, reliability, and customer service. And we had a lot of positive feedback about the EXTOL product before we made our decision. As far as the hardware, we are running all of this in-house, although I believe EXTOL offers a cloud option, but we're running ours in-house on a Dell PowerEdge R610 server, and then we run the ESX portion. It's just and the dashboard as well, just on a VM. Training, they also have a robust training plan. Some options there. We had some on-site training where we had a EXTOL representative come in for a week at a time and train us on the product, and I think that was very beneficial for us. They also offer a remote EXTOL University, and that usually happens in May of each year, and we send a couple people to that as well, so I think that's very beneficial. So in conclusion, I would just like to say that EXTOL had all the functionality of the larger providers at a much lower price, and we've really yet to encounter any request that we could not provide a solution through EBI.